Let's go, boys and girls. It's episode 24. How are we doing today?
Fantastic. I want to know how much thought Troy put into that intro.
It was good. He was just spinning in circles.
I was spinning to the music that we play.
Isn't it
Very
fun?
Dr. Evil of you to spin
Yes.
into the...
That's just how he feels. Look at him.
That's good. Randy, how are we doing today?
Better now. I have to say, if people see, normally I'm drinking my beer, but this is for Chaise, my peanut butter whiskey and root beer.
Dude,
in honor
there you
of
go.
him.
That was so
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah, it's so hard because for every show, I don't know. I have to get a gauge on what the booth vibe is. If alcohol's allowed, it's not allowed, and if it's not, I look for Abby and give her something. Here, go take this to Chaise. So
That's
yeah.
funny.
Oh, at that booth, at Kinova's booth, you could do lines of Coke if you want.
Really,
It's,
All right.
Yeah,
it's the-
I've seen Chase and Patrick do it a dozen times.
is that what happens? You go down there first. To
Oh,
get Jack.
That's
Yeah,
that's
Chase-
the cost
Chase
of giving
gets,
away all those free lanyards.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is
Chase
this
gets
is-
his booger sugar, and I get my brown sugar, and we have a good time together.
This is awkward, but yeah, that's exactly that's actually how I get Chase to take the lanyards and the t-shirts is I have to give him lines of Coke. It's fine. It's no big
This
deal.
nosedive so
Well,
fast.
but
We
then
are
they go
down
every
to-
second.
Yeah.
Troy,
Yeah.
you go to Troy's booth for the gay sex.
Whoa! I mean,
that,
just because Patrick's at my booth doesn't mean that I'm into whatever. Like,
Wow.
hey,
Wow. Wow.
all I gotta say is people have seen many of the pictures of me and Troy and me without my pants on, but
Yeah.
the after picture. So
I-
it's all
yeah.
right. You know how
Wow.
soft his head is? It's amazing.
Oh
I
no,
don't-
it is. It's
Yeah.
very soft. It's delightfully
Yeah.
soft. It's fun to rub for sure.
It is.
All right. So instead of just asking how your week was, I kind of want to do something a little different this week, guys. I hope y'all are ready
Uh-oh.
for this. Troy, what was the best and worst of your week? Go.
Best and worst of my week.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm thinking for just a second.
One thing for each.
All right. Best part of my week will be tomorrow. It'll be my wife and I's 22nd wedding anniversary.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Congratulations.
We'll give it that
Anniversary.
Okay, yeah.
Worst thing of my week is tomorrow is me and my wife's wedding anniversary of 22 years.
He's
See,
celebrating, she's crying.
You probably
Yeah.
should have just gone with like best and bester there instead of like best and worst, but it's fine. You know what? You're learning. That's good. Well, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for her. If you asked her what the best and
We all
worst
do,
was, she
yeah.
would just answer with the worst. But
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, I appreciate the funness. Yeah, good times.
I love it. I love it.
See,
Chase, best and
Patrick-
worst. What?
I wanted to ask Troy how his feed went today since he switched to my schedule.
Oh, yeah. Troy, how
That's
did
what I
your
was
feed
ready
go
for.
today?
Hey, my feed today went really, really good yesterday. I needed to get some shit done today, so I fed yesterday, Chase. I'm sorry, and it went well.
Fine. I'm glad it went well though.
Oh, I love that so much. Chase, how best and worst?
Honestly, best part was the feed for me again, like 2 weeks in a
Kill me
row
now.
where every female popped off. Like I want to. Have you seen the AI where it like counts cattle now?
Yeah.
I want to do that for like a feed for taking into the rat room and then seeing how few go back because the last
funny.
couple of weeks have been insane.
Okay.
Just so happy. So many girls popping off. And just like we talked about last week, it's been a lot of moving those girls to like that 70 size tub out of the 40s to just take off. And they
Cool.
have been. So
I
it's
love
been
it,
awesome.
man. All right, worst of the week.
Worst part. I don't know. I didn't
That's
have
not how
really
this
a-
works. It's gotta be
You
worst.
didn't get to make out with the Starbucks girl on your run.
You know what?
That
I
is
actually
always-
haven't gotten a run in all week. That's probably the worst
Oh,
part.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been
okay.
bad. It's been bad.
You're gonna be fat. Chase is coming back.
100%. You're gonna
I can't
see me
wait.
with
I'm
a
so
blizzard on
excited.
the next episode and about 40 pounds heavier in a week.
Ooh,
So that
Love
means
it.
she's
Be
going to
ready.
get in with us at
It'll
the
be
show.
it'll
yeah.
be good. I
He
look
won't
forward-
stand out.
No. Randy, best and worst of the week. What do you got?
Well, obviously the worst was driving up to that show and freaking damn near hurricane, since California's flooding now, because
Yeah.
somebody's gonna take my display cases to Arizona for me, and then they flaked. So now I have to. But the good news was I was so pissed when I left that driving in that rain and that wind, yeah, it kind of calmed me down. So
Okay. All right.
best was, well, when I got home from the show, realized the tub was left open for a snake that wasn't taken.
Okay.
And so the cool thing is I was trying to set my camera up. I turned around and I found a puzzle male het hypo that got out slithering over in the building. So I'm happy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, very happy. I got a little mouse out here set up, everything to catch it. And I'm like, good, there it is. So
Perfect, man. I like that.
what
That's
about
good.
you?
Worst of the week. My wife has been sick all week, so that's been stressful to say the least. Yeah, no, it is what it is. It's been a sick month in the McKnight household. I had flu, she had COVID, now this. It's just been a hot mess. Best of the week, man. It was a good week. We got some stuff set up at the house, did some remodeling, changed out some electrical outlets, so some home improvements got done. That was always a win. Got to watch somebody leave a lab meeting crying. That was always fun. But no, it was good. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. It's always fun. Other people's
It was
suffering.
hatred.
It was
Wait,
me. Yeah.
Make them cry?
I was a part of the process, yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, then that's a win.
Yeah, well, I try to be really nice in lab meetings. But after like the third time of asking you to do something, I get a little more forceful, and they just didn't take the criticism well. So it is what it is. The struggle is real, but we're all gonna make it through it together, So yeah, anyway. So it was a good week all around, it sounds like.
Yeah. Randy, how are you coming to Tinley? Who are you flying on?
Southwest.
Not
So
Delta?
I flew out
Weird.
to Pomona on Southwest, and I brought all my cases and shit on the not on the plane. I checked them, right? So Southwest gives you 2 free. So I checked my cases as 2 free ones, and then they charged me $40 for each the other 2. So I brought 4 with me, and I just put them on the plane. And then I packed shit like inside of them, so like my cards and like stickers and all that shit, right? So I my extra, whatever things that go inside my display cases and shit. So and then my suitcase, which I paid another $40 for, I packed with like my tablecloths and all that shit, and it worked out. Just saying, if you want to try that, I did that on Southwest, and it worked out, well for me.
So, what I'm gonna do. So Donald Grinstead, he gave me half of his booth. I've been trying to get in for like 5 years to Tinley, and obviously they know who I am, so they don't let me in. He's going to go ahead and drive them out there for me, and he has family.
Nice.
So honestly, if the show goes well, I think I'm just going to buy another set of 3 next level cases and just leave them in Chicago, and then I'll just start flying out. And then I'm just shipping out the snakes. I'll box them up, get a red line box going, and it's either going to go to you, it's going to go to a hub, or there's one other person that said that they would get them for me. So
does that not make you nervous shipping like that much money in animals to a show? My anxiety would be at a level that I can't even express. Like shipping out 100K worth of animals or 150K worth of animals would be terrifying.
I lost animals on that trip to Pomona, but it's a little bit my fault and a little bit FedEx's fault. So I'll take my part of the blame, but it sucked, man. I lost like 15 snakes.
Oh wow, man.
No. See, that's
yeah,
I knock on wood, I haven't lost an animal in a shipment yet. I've been very lucky over the years, but like it's scary, man. Like you start bringing inventory, right? And you bring 80, 100 snakes, like it's pretty easily 150, 200K, in value there. That just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
it's scary.
I thought of doing Delta Dash, and I kind of weighed it out. And same thing. I've been very lucky. I've never had any issue shipping. I've had some late, but then they still arrive okay.
Yeah.
And I think the only shipping one I've ever had was back in like early 2000s. Somebody sent me a super pastel female, but they put the heat pack right on a deli cup, and so it made it an oven. So that was their fault. So, but I mean, even that experience, that guy, if it was me, honestly, I would have probably just refunded the money. He had a holdback, and they were expensive back then. I was buying every super pastel I could get in like what, 2008, 2009. If you had a super pastel female, I was your sucker. And he actually sent me his holdback one and paid for extra shipping. So that really stood out as a stand-up guy. So I've tried to model that as well.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I think I'm just
it's fair.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know people do it. It just makes me nervous, It's just I already deal with a lot of anxiety in general, and bringing animals out of the collection in general is an issue for anxiety for me. So then just adding and trusting FedEx with a significant portion of our annual income is also equally as unsettling. So
yeah, it's FedEx, and then even like me driving to Tinley, Justin's always like, "Hey, be safe. That's the future there." I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm going to be really careful because literally our entire future is in these boxes right now headed to Tinley.
Well, that's like Andre and I, the last time we vended, we were driving up there, and I just remember like all of a sudden it clicked, right? And I'm like, Andre, if somebody rear ends us right now and like destroys the box, like we're out $80,000. And he's like, oh, good call. I'm just like,
I always think that way driving out. Yeah, driving to Pomona, man, like summer, winter, like if you break down, man, like my truck's gonna be 200 degrees out in the desert, so those things are smoke. Yeah.
I called, so when we were moving the females from Andre's facility to the final breeder facility destination during the merger, I had all of like 200 breeder females in my car of Andre's. Well, I guess they were technically chimeras at that point. But I'm talking to Chaise, and my car is about to run out of gas. And I'm like, I've got to get to a gas station because it is 103 outside, and I literally have $1 million in animals in here. And this is only going to go poorly if things go downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Like, you're just like, fuck. So anyway, it's just a lot of anxiety in general. But that's okay. That's, I guess, part of the deal.
Can any one of us pronounce the where Benjamin is from? Can anybody pronounce the name of that area?
Hold on, let me go pull it up.
It's like 3 comments up.
Wanguni?
Yeah.
All right, I like that. Wanguni. All right. Are we all gonna agree that it's Wanguni?
Yep, Wanguni.
Wangani.
Wangani. Mm-hmm. All right.
I can see like Wangani. Like Wangani.
I just happened to see a comment as I did this from TRS Royals. Do you guys take out any form of insurance on your collections, especially when traveling? So it's relatively tough to get insurance on live animals. My wife, one of her clients, actually is like an insurer of rare and exotic things. And so we've sat down with them before, and they've kind of gone over like insurance policies, but we've never really like done it like super, super serious. So at the moment, no. I can't speak for the other 3, but for us, it's something we're looking into, but we don't have it at the moment just because like the few times we did find somebody that would do it, the cost was so astronomical. We just essentially self-insure ourselves.
Yeah. In Iowa, you can, as a animal breeder, I can be a Schedule F, which is a farm. And a lot of insurance companies will insure like for at home and stuff. But as I've talked to them about the travel side of it, yeah, there's not a lot that they'll do for you on the travel side of things.
Okay.
So I know Justin has our facility, like the animals in the facility, all insured. But when it comes to traveling, no, we're running that risk.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Randy, how about you? No, I got nothing. No.
Yeah. I looked into it a while back, but like you said, it was too expensive, and it was everything. And me being a small time and all that, I was like, if I lose it, that's the one nice thing about with what I have. Everything is bought and paid for. So if anything happens to it, it's not going to affect my life. It's going to suck really bad, but life for me isn't going to change much because I'm not living off of them. So
yeah, I get that. I mean, Still a big loss though, right? Like even if you're not living off of it, that's a lot of value that disappears real quick in your life.
Oh, dude, I'm bummed losing this little snake in the building. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm more upset about that because I know
Yeah.
it's lost. And I think that was the hardest thing when I got to a point where I opened the tub and I found a $7,500 male dead. And at that point,
Oh yeah.
I opened it, threw it away, and it didn't really affect me. That's when I was like, wow, what? Like, I remember I lost my first snake. I was bummed for a week, kicking myself, hating myself. And, yeah, it sucks. You lose that little bit as you start growing and getting bigger and having more animals.
Right.
It does. That loss just kind of goes off your shoulder a little easier.
Yeah, I think for me, man, talk about the loss of animals and like how it affects you. For me, it's more like I guess I become more desensitized to the animals that don't make it out of the eggs or die like almost immediately after hatching. Like that feels bad and it sucks, but like I'm not as sad as I used to be. When a breeder or anything like, that just dies unexpectedly, that just blows. Like that's tough. Like it just I don't know if I've gotten used to that one. And I don't know if I ever will, because it's just like sometimes it's just kind of senseless, right? You're like, well, this doesn't make sense. Like, why did this happen? Whereas, you have developmental issues that happen in eggs, and like you have that gut punch initially where you're like, oh man, like that's not fun. But then you're also kind of like, well, this is unfortunately just part of creating living things, is there's going to be death associated with that, right? So it's tough, man. It's not fun, to say the least.
It never feels like it gets easier, at least for me.
No. Let's see. How's that work if you have insurance on animals? Is it only if there's like a catastrophic event that insurance would pay out, or if a 7,500 dies, will they cover that too? I would assume, and I believe Justin has said it before on the podcast, it's not for sickness or anything like that, right?
Yeah,
it's like
no,
if the building catches on fire,
essentially
or
catastrophic events.
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's how it's set up. It's not like
I think it's definitely something to look
kind of
into, and if you can get somebody to do it, it's absolutely worth it. But yeah, it's just finding people that will do it. So
yeah, that's the trick.
All right, Randy. So you kind of said it. This isn't your full-time thing. So what do you do in life outside of snakes?
I'm actually a supervisor at a big manufacturing plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do they manufacture?
Large turbine-powered generators and compressors. So, like our small units, our hospitals have them as backup generators. Colleges have them. Our large generators power like offshore oil rigs.
Oh wow.
Our compressors, they're gas compressors. So for natural gas converted into liquid, so they can pump it down the pipeline to other stations. So.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And yeah, we got a brand new flagship model that we're coming out with that's huge. And so they made me the supervisor of that line. So
cool, man.
It's good and bad. I love what I do, the people I work with, but same time, then you get guys that are a little special, we'll say.
I mean, unfortunately,
this entire group right now.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's how I feel in this podcast. I've got two special coworkers.
I mean, it's true, but I mean, honestly,
because we're not doctors.
Like,
that's true.
Yeah. Beautiful though. How could you not? How could you not get used to looking at that beautiful face?
I feel like Chaise is kind of like the sex idiot, right? Like he's gorgeous and like like he's probably a good time, but there's just not much going on there, and I just need to connect on an intellectual level,
But it doesn't.
That's what it is. It's only surface level.
Yeah.
And Troy's not pretty enough. He's too intellectual for me.
I'm just a fat piece of shit.
Troy's not Troy. Like, I would not be surprised the day I see him walk into a show, just having on a Fred Flintstone carrying a club in that. I'd be like, he's finally not dressed up. He's finally in his normal habitat.
I actually really liked the jacket he was wearing in the thumbnail of this the podcast. It made me happy. The jacket was good.
That one was.
I'll bring you one.
That was what? That was. Yeah, I think that was Pomona. That wasn't Anaheim. That was like 3 years ago.
Oh
yeah.
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 It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Did you know that you were going to be taking your pants off for the picture, Randy, or did you just do that in the moment? What led to that moment?
Honestly, I don't remember. So I did a.
I think I remember. It was Randy, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take my pants off."
Well, no, because it started. Okay, so I think one of my lives I did was the reptile ward, and so before the show started, I mean, everyone that knows me knows I'm like, you're part Cherokee. I'm like full idiot.
Okay.
I'm sitting there thinking about this show, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make some rules up. So I got his letterhead. I made it look all official. And I was like, well, how do I segue into these rules? And so I just decided, you know what? Be in your underwear and go get up to get another beer. And so I had my brightest underwear were like construction orange. So I got up, I came back, and someone said, is he in his underwear? I said, look, it's not on the rules. And I held him up, and he just started cracking up. He's like,
oh my God.
I had him, his hour-and-a-half show went over 3 hours. With the rules, he spit his drink all over his laptop, and I got him drunk, wouldn't let him offline. People in the comments were asking to send him food, so he wouldn't leave.
Wow.
And from there, it just, it became Captain Underpants, and Troy was the one that was the recipient, I guess. You're welcome, Troy.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's well, maybe at Tinley you can just go without pants too. I mean, why not, right?
I
Potter,
can't.
I feel like Potter would be cool with that, right?
He
Potter
wouldn't
don't
care.
care.
No, he wouldn't. But in the last Tinley, Scott Wilkinson, and they were asking me about dropping my pants, and I decided I wasn't going to do it. And no woman wanted to see me without my pants on. But
Yeah,
I posted,
that's a given. Yeah.
Yeah,
makes
no,
sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so guys were asking me why I had pants on, and I was like, no, I'm done. So I was leaving. Scott was changing his shirt. So I went over and took a picture with Scott, and I dropped my pants. And I won't say who it was, but somebody started in on this is a family environment, and you guys are horrible, and what are you doing? And there's children, and Scott just came back. He goes, yeah, a man without a shirt, like you don't see that at a beach. And my underwear are boxer briefs. I mean,
right.
You see a hell of a lot more, but yeah, just the negativity and all that. They're like, you know what? I don't need it.
I once wore a Speedo to a beach. It was quite funny.
You say
Actually,
funny, we all say traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to.
So I hope everyone's ready for Daytona this year, because Troy is going to pull out a whole new thing.
I'll totally wear it. Yeah. I actually wore it underneath my swim shorts. But then once all the guys and their kids and everybody got into the ocean, we were at Chaise, Fort DeSoto. Thank you. Your face helped me remember. We were at Fort DeSoto, and there's 20 of us on vacay together, and they got out, and then I dropped my pants, and my thighs have never seen the sunlight, right? So they're just gleaming white, and everybody on the beach, you could see their heads turn and look, dude. I had a good time with it. I also got a pair of Speedos I got a size smaller than I needed.
Why did you do that? Was that on purpose?
So that my butt and stuff would hang out.
That sounds uncomfortable, but okay.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't want to cover his tramp stamp. He wanted to make sure it didn't go that high.
What tramp stamp do you have, Troy?
I don't.
That's disappointing. I figured if anybody would know, it'd be Randy.
How about this? How about
it was a bowl of it's a bowl of cinnamon toast crunch with a spoon in it.
Yeah. Ooh, that's gross cereal. I don't know why anybody would ever eat that.
Cinnamon toast crunch?
Yeah, dude. I'm a Lucky Charms kind of guy. And let me tell you about my Lucky Charms eating, just so you guys understand. I only eat 2 bowls out of a fresh box, and then the rest of the box I dump out, and I pick all the marshmallows out, and I eat just those.
Troy, you might be the most wasteful food person I know. Troy's
that's amazing.
I get pieces. If they're not perfect, I throw them out the window. I get a full box of cereal, eat an 1/8 of it, and then throw the rest away.
Yeah, well, at least it gives it to the bird. But yeah,
I'm chubby. I eat everything. I don't like. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god.
That's
Troy,
amazing.
yeah,
What
I'm basically walking diabetes.
what started that trend, Troy?
Childhood, and
Okay.
my parents let me get away with whatever I wanted because I don't know, they were too nice to me.
Okay.
So that's how you rebelled by throwing out half the cereal.
Y'all love me too much. The
I'm
cereal
gonna
must
show
go.
them.
Yeah. That was probably the nicest thing I did to those poor people. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
Okay.
One time I was choking on a donut as a child, and I recall looking at my dad choking and like his face looking at me like, should I save him?
Oh my god.
And then he
And
realized
he-
he already invested
and then-
too much money. He's got
So
Yeah.
now, if you asked him what did he regret in life the most, he'll probably go back to that same day.
My dad tells people that if he would have got a receipt when they adopted me, he'd have taken me back.
Ah, that's funny. That's funny.
Mhm.
I remind my dad regularly that because he adopted me, he cannot disown me now. So he's stuck with me for life. I was like, so if you don't want to be stuck with me, dude, don't divorce mom because you get me in the divorce.
Wait, Mark says I can buy just the marshmallows? What, really?
I think they have just marshmallows now. Yeah.
Oh god, he's gonna Amazon it while we're on.
You know what? I'm not upset with that. Somehow it feels better that he does that and it's less wasteful. So
That's true.
it's,
That's
you know
true.
what? At this point, like I've realized we're not going to win the war chase, so we just have to try and win battles here and there.
I was gonna say just last week weren't we like, hey, you're doing
Probi-
great.
Yeah,
We got probiotics.
we got probiotics. Yeah, I mean that was the first battle, but I just don't think we're going to win the war.
Troy, are we still doing those probiotics? You're still on track?
I am, dude. Yeah.
See?
Love
And
it.
for the most part, man, I've actually had there's things that I've ate that would normally set off my irritable bowel that haven't. And
Okay.
so I don't know, maybe it's helping.
We're on the right track.
Now, the moment we can get him jogging, it's going to just be a fucking win.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
He's gonna be
know what?
shredded instantly.
Oh, right.
Why don't you get him a pair of those Brooks like yours?
I could do that.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't mind.
Troy, you could go start running with Chief Running with Rainbows.
Yeah.
That's
good.
his actual Indian name.
Yeah. I don't think
Running with rainbows.
Running with Rainbows.
I
Wow.
could see that.
You've seen his Brooks.
they're good.
Yeah, I'd wear them, but Patrick doesn't buy me gifts.
If I knew you were going to run in them, I would buy them for you without hesitation. But I just
You
don't,
bring them to Tinley, and I'll run the whole thing of Tinley.
what do you mean the whole thing of Tinley?
I'll just
Like,
run the outside of Tinley like 3 times.
That's a bigger building than I think you remember.
What
Yeah.
size shoe do you wear?
Right.
I 11 and a half or a 12.
Ooh, this is tempting. We'll see how generous I'm feeling over the next week if I place that
All right.
online order.
All right. Right now, I'm concentrating on these this bag of marshmallows. The weird thing about Googling this is there's somebody on Etsy that does what I do, and they pick all the marshmallows out. I say marshmallows, by the way. It sounds funny. And they're selling them. That's weird because I don't know that person. That's odd.
I wouldn't trust that to begin with. Second
That's
off,
such a
that has
weird
to be
Etsy store.
crazy expensive because they're charging
Yeah, they want
you.
they want $65 for all of them.
Yeah, because they've bought what, like 20 boxes and condensed
Yeah.
those 20 boxes into one box of marshmallows.
And you're gonna.
I always
trust
think
them.
that I think Lucky Charms should make a box where it's like flipped, right? Where you have like 3/4 of the box is marshmallows and the rest is like a cereal. Then I would eat the whole damn thing.
What I'm
Yeah, I
hearing
think
is
that
you
would
don't
go
like
over really
cereal.
well.
You like
Yeah,
sugar.
a lot of parents would want to get that for their children.
I think
Mhm.
Randy's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Troy doesn't care about that. He wants what he wants.
No,
The
I
heart
think you're
wants
on
what it
something,
wants.
Troy. You need to pitch that idea. General
I'll
Mills.
try. Let's see if I can get in a room with them.
All right.
Oh my god, I love it. All right, Randy, real fast. How many snakes?
About 450.
How many
nice.
Did you just
females?
ask a snake question?
Yeah, I know. It's a crazy week. I know. That's where we're at this week. How many breeder females?
I mean, probably about 100.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
so when you say the 450, that's including hatchlings, I assume?
Yeah, that's just
Yeah,
everything.
okay.
I mean, if I have to feed them, they count.
Okay, fair enough.
Like,
Fair enough.
yeah, like, oh, those don't count. They only eat hoppers, or like, no, you're still cleaning them, feeding them. So yeah, they count.
Yeah, it's just I guess I always think of like hatchlings are kind of like revolving door situations. So like it's not a static number, right? But I get what you're saying.
I think so. The best way I can describe my collection. So I've got behind me is a 40 rack, and mine are all
Yeah.
11 high. So this one's 44 males. So they're basically all 44 breeder males. Then I have a 44 rack that is 3/4 of its breeders, either all puzzle or het puzzle.
Okay.
Then I have another 44 rack, same thing, 3/4 breeders. Bottom half is all the OFY gene. Top half is, I believe, all clown stuff. Then I have 3370 tubs. That's my biggest breeders that are, 3,500, 5,000 gram, whatever. I have another 44 rack that's the whole upper half is Hatari. The bottom half is either bigger stuff for sale or overflow. I have a 75 rack, which is all my holdback puzzle stuff mainly. And then I have 2 more 75 racks for hatchlings for sale.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah.
So lots of puzzle stuff. I like that.
A lot of puzzle, a lot of Sean Bradley stuff in there, puzzle and Hatari.
I started on it early because I believed in it. I mean, if I was smart, I would have bought Marshall Van Thor's the original lesser I saw at a San Diego Super Show. But in 2018, I bought his table in Tinley. I mean, before the show opened, I walked around. Oz had a couple. Somebody else had a couple behind the counter, and like they just hatched, and he's the only one that had any. And so I went over and I bought everything. All of his puzzles plus a couple clowns. I think I started 2012 buying het puzzles, and I bought every het puzzle female I could find. My first visual male was on its way to Europe, and then the guy didn't want to wait, and so it was supposed to go to Japan, and a friend of mine sent it down to me. And ever since then, I mean, all my other projects have been on hold. I've just been getting puzzle stuff, hoarding it.
Nice, man.
That's awesome. Are you in this puzzle clown deal, Randy? Where are you at on this puzzle clown thing?
So, well, I mean, that's something that me and Patrick talked about, that I'm going to make him eat crow, because after you didn't answer me for like 2 weeks, I started asking him about pied stuff, wanting his input on puzzle pied.
You know what? I'm gonna read out loud my response.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready.
I did forget to call you now that you say this, and I'm not gonna lie, I am so far behind. Like, the really next phone call I need to make is KG, and then from there I have to catch up with everybody else.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on, and I know that. And I mean, I figured that there was still the argument going on about having me on the show, that you were probably going back and forth with Patrick, and then Chase finally chimed in and said, "Who?"
Yeah.
Chase did. He was like, he said, "Randy who?"
Yeah, Randy who.
No, he didn't know it. And you finally, what'd you have to say? Peanut butter whiskey? And he was like, "Oh, that asshole."
Yeah, that's no. I said the dude
I was like, "No, bring him on. He brings me drinks."
I said the dude that wants to make puzzle pied, and Chase like, "Oh, that idiot." And I was like, "Yeah, that one."
Right.
Yeah. So I get a message from Randy basically asking my thoughts on like genes that maybe could bring some, pattern and get rid of some of the white for puzzle pieds. To which I responded, "Oh man," with a lot of dots. And then I was like, not sure much is going to save that project, but inchy pied maybe to start. And then he gave me a response, to which I responded with, "I feel you might end up being the captain on the Titanic with both of those projects, but ... So, yeah, it is what it is. It's okay.
But okay, here's the thing about it. And this is what, like, a lot of people don't realize. If you remember Gulf Coast, they got to a point they were having a hard time giving away vanillas.
Mhm.
And then somebody mixed it with a fire, and all of a sudden, here we are. Here's one for you right now. Genetic Strike. How, like, pretty much dead was that project until they put it in Clown? Like,
Mhm.
and I admit, I'll be the first one to own it. I mean, I've seen 5 or 6 puzzle clowns in different combos. And I think 4 of them were very underwhelming, and 2 of them I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I'm at a point where I want to find what works.
Mhm.
And if I don't, I don't. But I'm going to give it a shot. And
I
it's
think
just finding that.
that's never been my argument. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying at all. I've told Will that, Justin, like most people that work the project, like work the project. If you see hope in it and potential in it, absolutely go for it. Like, there is no argument there. If you have the space and you want to invest the time and effort, I'm just not going to.
It's really nice that you gave those people your blessing. I'm sure that helped.
No, I mean, it was just in the conversation. I don't think they gave 2 fucks about what I said, but we were having a conversation and I gave my opinion. I know exactly. So like I've never kind of argued that. I just keep saying the same thing. I just want to see a good one. That's all. That's all I want to see. Just a good one. And that's okay.
But and that's just it. If you have something you believe in, follow it. I mean, if we didn't want to make new stuff that was impressive to us, why are we doing ball pythons? Why are we not outbreeding something that is the same every freaking time? Like I tell people, pieds. Yeah, you can breed pied to pied, make a whole bunch of pieds, but what fun is that? Like, as soon as every egg comes out, I'm like, ooh, look, they're pieds. You cut a clutch of bananas, you're like, ooh, those are males. Like, no, I want something. Okay, my OFY gene, and people that know, it stands for oh fuck yeah. Why? Because I thought about it when I went for a super the very first time and I cut the egg. If I saw something crazy, what's the first thing I was going to say? And I was like, oh fuck yeah. Like, excitement, like, not, oh look, it's the same thing I hatched another 2,000 of.
Sure.
And yeah, you follow the project if that's what your heart's into, and you might get kicked in the nuts, but I am so used to that. Ain't no big
How that goes.
Right?
Absolutely. I come at it, I guess, from more on the business side, right? And I have limited space and limited time and money. And so I don't see it being a winner. I would love to eat crow, and I know people are working it hard. And so if I don't see it being the winner, it's just not the direction I'm going to go. And that's all right. And like I said, man, I truly hope that a crazy combo comes out and it looks incredible and I have to eat crow, because that's better for all of us, right? The more cool looking snakes that we can make, the better it is. It's just right now I haven't seen that.
That's how this hobby goes, though. I mean, honestly, some of the most amazing snakes I've produced, we actually produced the world's first Firefly Desert and Mojave Desert, and they were gorgeous. Obviously, we kept them. I could have sold those first females for a lot, but oh no, we were going to keep them and breed them, and then obviously what happened. Yeah. But and it's very true. If you're doing it from a business side, you have to look at it as what is going to be impressive to people. And I like that. I don't have to. And I think that it's a lot of people will chase what others make, and they'll shy away before they put other genes in it. So, I mean, look what Justin's done. I mean, everything that he's done 20 years ago, people might not have went that way. But now, I mean, I want to send Justin a normal so he can make super normals, and I'll make a fucking killing on him. Like,
I don't need normals. That would exhaust me. I've got enough going on. I'm busy with.
Chaise is like, normals are actually the rarest snakes in the industry now. So
Patrick, I was thinking about it. I have a new answer for the worst part of my week.
Okay.
I actually cut a clutch today from leopard spot nose double het black xanthic DG to double het black xanthic DG, and I didn't get a single black xanthic DG. Just I got like DGs, one black xanthic, but I got a really nice leopard spot nose black xanthic het.
Okay.
So hopefully it's a boy to replace my leopard spot nose double het breeder male, and
fair enough.
then I've got better odds for next year.
Sweet.
But I've got two more shots at black xanthic DGs before the year's over.
Nice. All right, there you go. I like how Chase's worst somehow still turns into a best for most people. He's like, I still got more shots at it. We're good. We're fine.
Sure wish that was my deal.
Well, I had 4 double het black xanthic DG girls that we held back years ago, and all 4 went for me this year. So
nice.
So 2 more clutches at Incubator, like 15 days on one, and probably another like 35 days on another. So,
Troy, the problem with yours is you keep pairing pastel to pastel. It's just
to be honest, I'm not really pairing anything.
Oh, there you go. So that's
actually the real problem.
I don't even know what to do. I just go downstairs and I look at the snakes and I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing?
You know what you should do? Here's the thing, Troy, and this will add a little excitement to your life. Get a big tub.
Oh no. Don't do
and
this.
Just throw like 20 females in there and throw like 5 males in there. Close it and come back a week later and then separate them all and wait.
Boom.
And then when you're cutting the eggs, that's gonna give your life some purpose.
All right, I'll give that a shot.
And then he has.
Do you think his life's lacking so much purpose? He just needs to randomly throw stuff together
to create pure chaos.
I did pair a bunch of shit this week because we had a storm and stuff come through. But like out of 20 or 30 pairings, I think like 6 of them locked. So.
You know what? I weirdly had that same scenario though, where it was a storm was coming through, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! I'm excited," because typically I've got great success rates. Like nothing decided to lock up for me through the night, and it stormed all night. I was like, "Okay, guess no one wants
feeling it. Yeah,
no one's feeling it. Yeah,
yeah.
No, I had the same thing. All those big storms that we're getting, because we don't get storms normally. They're calling this storm like the 1 in 1,000-year storm, and. Yeah, I was surprised. I must have paired 30. Now probably like 20. And I was lucky to get like 3 locks. So
yeah, that's tough. We've had a few males this year that normally were like really good breeders in the past, and they've just decided that this is not their year, and it's really frustrating. You're just like, come on, guys. I need y'all to get your stuff together here. But
yeah,
it's the way it goes.
Randy, are you vending Pomona in June?
Yeah, I'll do all the super shows. Yeah,
are you gonna do the August one as well?
Yeah. So actually,
or I should say, I'm sorry, it's July.
Well, quick little my plug here. Yes, Troy, I normally don't drink beer, but when I do, I drink refreshing Tortugo beer. So. You guys know, obviously, my friends, Joe and Tori, that own Tortugo. Yeah, we're going to have a little get-together.
Good people.
Yeah, both shows. I'm actually going to post something, try to figure out how many people the brewery holds, and we'll kind of sign up and have a little before party, like Friday night, down at the brewery.
Yeah. Nice.
Why are they not in the comments tonight? Where are they at?
They knew I was going to be here, so they did not sign on. They had to put up with me all weekend at the show, and
that's understandable. That's pretty tough. I get it.
Oh, dude, I'm sure you guys will probably have your fill of me for the next like 6 months now.
I mean, honestly, after like the first Instagram message, I was kind of done for the year. I even told Troy. I told Troy, I was like, I can't go to any more California shows for like 3 years now because of that. So. Yeah, it's tough,
Oh yeah,
but that's okay. We're gonna get through it.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I only leave California and go to shows so I could look at Chaise.
That's fair, but only from the waist up.
Only from the
sometimes
waist up.
When I'm sleeping with Lisa, I think about Chase.
Well, you know what's so
That's funny
you
because when
bring that
Lisa's
up?
sleeping with you, she thinks about Chase too.
I knew
Yeah,
Patrick
it's
was
like
going to
this,
say that.
It's like two magnets coming together or something. Like me and Lisa just chasing it out.
No, don't lie
Right,
to me.
well,
you and Lisa do
I had
not.
planned. I was
No,
going
I
to
don't-
get something, Troy,
Try
to
not to
give
do
her
that.
for the show. One of the departments I run, they make big labels and banners, and I was going to have this blue label printed that you could go put out on like the porta potties that Lisa could take and would stick it up there. And it said, if the porta potty's shaking, Chase is sizzling the bacon.
Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
Poor
Chase and my
Lisa.
wife. I'm pretty sure that Michael might be Chase's, and I would like to have him shed tested.
While
I don't
Wait,
think
wait,
that
wait.
math. I don't think that
it-
math checks out.
I was going to
Well,
say, is
while we're
baby
talking
Michael what, like 22?
He's 22.
Yeah,
that
and I'm
math-
32.
I don't
all
think
I
Chase
gotta say,
was
Troy,
fertile at 10, unless
You're-
he's
you're
one of those
lucky,
rare
Troy.
like breeder males that are ready at like 3 months old.
right? No, you're lucky, Troy. Like I would share like my wife, my girlfriend, my fucking sex doll with Troy. With Chase, just so I could say
Freudism. He meant you, Troy. He meant you.
Eskimo
No.
brothers. Jesus.
no, Troy, I would share. I mean, I've got
Hit
my
your brother?
puppy,
Yeah, that makes
really
sense.
impressive. I've got like, I got other things.
I got other things. Troy, how
Fair.
does that feel right there? I have other things.
I
that you
mean,
could have.
Like a
Patrick,
Klondike bar.
my mom gave me away and put me in a dumpster. It's pretty hard to hurt my feelings.
Well, that's
But see,
fair.
you know what? Okay, and I will say this though, that
God.
like, for both of you guys, like my parents took in foster children for 35, 36 years before my father passed away, and my mom had over 1,000 babies, or almost 1,000. It was like 980 some babies,
Wow.
medically fragile and drug addicted, and
Yeah.
I actually have 3 adopted siblings, and it's. I think it's just wonderful that you guys got adopted and had that experience. There's so many kids that are just screwed, and I think both your parents, honestly, they got lucky. They got 2 good kids. So I'll say that. And other than that, Chase is
No
so
more
beautiful.
nice things. Yeah, that's fair. That was too
No,
much.
it's like you can't like not look at Chase and just be like, oh God, he's so dreamy. Like look at him, he's like perfect.
Yeah.
How many years did you have before you came on?
Yeah, Randy,
I-
you just haven't spent enough time with Chase. That's the problem.
I was going to say, it wears off very
Well-
quickly.
Well,
So
that's
bad.
Yeah,
because
Chase pretty well smells like feet.
Yeah, that's only because he runs. He sees me coming and he's gone. I'm like, he sees me, walking towards him, and he'll never accept another drink at a show from
Well,
me.
no,
now.
I mean, because you're putting off some serious single white female vibes right now.
So no, honestly,
But
though,
I'm
Chase,
here for it because he also brings alcohol.
Oh, touche.
No,
Chase can be bought.
but in all sincerity, though, I did message Patrick early and say, hey,
Oh, he did.
I'm going to make Chase uncomfortable and blush.
He did.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Troy has said too many ridiculous things to people in public with me that I'm now
What?
broken as he is.
Starting
I
with
can see that.
Chase
Uh,
is sleeping with
that's-
my wife. He says that a lot in public. A whole
What's
Yeah.
lot.
weird is you
Yeah,
don't
it's
have
a
enough
real
respect for my
problem.
wife to like. You don't love her enough to get her out of a bathroom, dude. Like you could at least get a Motel 6 or some
See,
shit.
this is the problem. Not only does he keep going, he double downs.
He
He
does double
just
down.
goes right in for the kill
He
every
just
time.
goes in. Every
What is poor Lisa doing right now to deserve this?
You want me to call her?
Yeah, why not? Oh God, he's gonna,
We're
do
gonna
it.
we're gonna phone a friend. This is getting very off track with Troy.
very quickly.
This is a
Troy's using
landline.
he's
Wow,
using his
I didn't know those
lifeline.
existed still.
Neither did I. Okay, boomer. He's using his lifeline to phone a friend. I don't know what question he's answering, but oh no, she hung up on him immediately.
That makes sense.
Chase would like to know what you're doing right now because he's thinking about you naked in the bathroom.
Also, what are you wearing?
He would like to know why does Chase know what you're doing? This only confirms what we're talking about. Why do you know what my wife is doing?
Even more so, why does he know what she's wearing or not wearing?
Yeah.
Because I texted her.
Does he know what you're wearing?
Because I texted her earlier.
Chase, this isn't looking good for you.
It's fine. I'm busted now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, busted. All right.
This
Well,
is actually a ruse just to get Troy to know that he's, you're out, man.
oh, he had to tell you something that I wouldn't relay. Okay, yeah.
You know that you never
meet me in the
remembered.
bathroom.
Exactly.
So
Stall number
All right, I
3.
better go back to my podcast now. But if you'd like to join and watch, I'm sure people in the comments would love to say hello to you. Okay, bye.
Are we finding out right now that Troy's actually like a cuck and like he actually watches? Is that what's actually going on?
No, when I
I'm
just
in
tell
the
Troy
stall over
important
taking a
things.
dump.
No, when I tell Troy really important things and life events, he never seems to remember to share them with Lisa. So I now text her separately so she also knows important things in life events.
Okay.
True.
I mean, that seems reasonable. Mostly.
True.
Okay.
And he
All
knows
right.
it's true, and that's why he's
Things.
like, "Oh, that makes sense."
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Like last night, I my auctions got boozled on Morph Market, and I completely forgot to tell Lisa. And I talked to people like all day about it today, and then somebody did call me like while we were at dinner, and I rarely pick up, as probably most of you know. And I was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And she was like, what happened to your auctions? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. And she was like, you don't tell me anything.
Oh, what happened to your auctions? Because you didn't tell me either.
Yeah,
we didn't talk today.
Some guy went on a rant last night about hating the world and Morph Market and blah blah blah, and he bid up like everybody's auctions like really stupidly. Like he bid like $100,000 on one and $50,000 on one, and then he wins all of them, right? Because it's a dumb amount of money, and then he was just basically a fuck you to everybody, and so yeah. And what sucks is like I didn't have a reserve, so like it was at an amount that I was happy with. But I don't get to know who the actual person was before him, which sucks.
But Morph Market could tell you that.
Was it Travis?
Yes.
Guthrie?
Oh, so the same person that fucked over.
I got messages about this guy. Yeah.
Was that the same person that Brian Carter posted about today?
Yeah.
That guy left Brian a negative feedback on Google.
I saw. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah.
No, he left everybody back. He gave people 1 stars and said that he he gave a deposit, and then when it got refunded, he gave a bad review.
That's wild.
I need to go check this guy and see if he messaged. I feel kind of left out all of a sudden. Hope he messaged us.
See, I think Dennis has it right. Chase, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
No, my wife hates Chase, so that's not.
There we go. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Amelia spends enough time with me to know she doesn't like me.
No, Amelia likes you. It's fine.
I think it's just the fact that she can't have you, and that's why she's annoyed.
No, she likes me. She just also loathes me entirely. So
yeah, it's weird. It's an odd dynamic. So it turns out my Morph Market app just doesn't work right now. So that's okay. I'm gonna put that away for now.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
it's not glitchy at all occasionally.
What's up, Jess?
So I guess while we're loosely talking about this, the Morph Market auctions, how have they been going for everybody?
To be honest, like I haven't had a complaint. What I've sold. I was talking to Will about this a little bit today. That I certainly have been happy with my value. Yeah. It's like what I expected to get on an auction. And they've all went smooth. People have paid, blah, blah, until last night. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Randy, have you auctioned anything?
I've got about 100 and some snakes for sale, and there's 36 on Morph Market. So I'm
the same as you, Randy. I got about the same, man. I just need to update.
There, huh? Okay.
I take horrible pictures.
Perfect. Good.
I have no time. Maybe this weekend. I mean, I don't know.
Well, at least your Morph Market pictures aren't like the ones where like you can see their feet in the photo, and it's.
Oh, you haven't seen his photos recently, have you?
Randy.
I'm not saying.
Are you just in your underwear?
Yeah, I would say they're in my same boxer briefs, but everybody knows. I own it. I'm like, hey, I walk into a show and say, I got the smallest dick in the building, so it's you're not getting the underwear. I mean, but you are getting a lot of belly. I mean,
That's fair.
yeah, that's I mean, honestly, I was fitter than you until I met Joe and Tori, and they got me on this beer, and it's just like it's crack. It's like crazy. And he actually is here. I think he missed the plug, but
I know
Joe,
he did. I saw. Yes, I told him I didn't see him in the comments. So when we were talking, and so yeah, he's here.
So you know how behind the scenes when we were talking, and I said, whenever I start a conversation out with, so a friend, means I'm getting fucked. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I love that guy though. They're really good people.
They're just fucking.
So it's funny because Lisa starts off for that same kind of deal. She starts off with, "Well, Chaise," and then ends with,
Well, just wait till you get the. I think Chaise impregnated me.
Yeah.
Are you gonna raise Chase's baby, Troy? What are you gonna do there?
I'm so glad we're all gonna go swim with sharks together.
No, Troy is taking his pants off. He is. That's what I got the memo that Troy would be taking his pants off.
Yeah. I mean, how do you know I'm not pantsless now?
Okay, see, there you go. I was not wrong. I did not lie or misrepresent myself to anyone.
Troy, did you say you were going to raise Chase's baby? I don't know.
I'm also wondering.
If Chaise and my wife have a baby, is it a boy or a girl?
Whatever.
You're putting too much hypothetical thought into this already.
Let's go with the boy to start.
Nope, not keeping it.
Girl?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's right. Troy always wanted a baby girl.
It might look like Molly, and he'd be okay with it. But if it looked like Chaise, it would just remind him on a daily basis how he just didn't stack up.
I don't know if I would want her to look like Molly because Molly is so pretty, and then I would just worry about the baby all the time, even though it wasn't really mine.
Yeah.
Like,
that's creepy. Yeah, no, that's some.
I would rather her look like Patrick.
Still a great looking kid. It's perfect.
Not at all.
Wow, you said that a little too quick, Troy. Hurtful.
Yeah, he was ready for that.
Bearded woman that looks like Troy and Molly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Now, if me and Molly had a baby, my life would be complete, and like I would feel accomplished. I would find joy. I wouldn't want to like walk out in front of traffic on a daily basis.
But what if she gave you a little boy as well and not a little girl?
As long as he's better than Michael, I'm be okay.
But I think Michael's a good kid. Is it
Poor
going to be better
baby
than
Michael?
Oh, that hurt.
Baby Michael's pretty good stuff. So
yeah, it's going to be tough to outdo that.
I don't know about tough, but yeah.
I hope he's not,
so Troy, here's the question. So, if you had your choice between Molly or Joel's wife, you could only have one. And if you didn't pick, Andrew could have his way with you and Antoine together or separate for the rest of life. Who are you picking?
Man, I like that off-track choice or the off-track with Randy.
Real fast.
I messaged Joel, and so they might be listening. So
that's like a step away from like, if you don't do this, you're getting hand jobs with sandpaper for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Between Molly and Joel's wife,
it's not pleasant.
I'm gonna pick Molly because I get Chaise and his brother and his mom and dad in that deal, and they are super awesome people.
You definitely don't get them in the deal. They're going to be fucking pissed. They're not going to be happy about this.
I bet they love me way more than Molly's current boyfriend.
No chance.
I'm 100% ready to see Mom's face when Molly brings you home now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mom's going to be like, Molly, isn't he a little old? Start there.
No, she's 100% the son I never had.
Oh
my
God. The son I never
had.
I
think she's going to look and say, you know what? Okay, we get it. You don't want to have kids.
I don't know if my stuff works anymore to have children, so we might be safe here. I don't know.
I mean, you at least know it worked once, right? So that's good.
Yep.
At least
Yeah.
you're pretty confident.
And I definitely have the Dicky Doo. So you don't know what the Dicky Doo is.
I've never heard of that.
I'm gonna Google it though, so don't worry about
tummy
I'm not
sticks
gonna
out
Google
further
that.
my stomach my stomach sticks out further than my Dicky Doo. And so
yeah, I'm not familiar with that, ironically. So
yeah,
sorry.
it happens.
Oh, more than you know.
The more you know.
Did you make that name up for it?
Yeah.
No, this has been a long time. Like I think I learned it when I was like 10. And it was true then too.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I've only been skinny once.
Yeah?
So.
Was that while you were doing copious amounts of coke and meth?
No, I moved out of town for like 6 or 7 months where Lisa lived and they had nothing to eat. And so I lost like 50 pounds and it sucked.
Yeah. It did it?
Yeah.
Did you feel a little bit better though, not being fat?
Probably. But
Yeah.
immediately when I got back to town, I started snorting brown sugar. So
Is that the best way to ingest it?
what's really funny about my time at this, it's called Lakeview, Iowa, if anybody really wants to know. And they had this, like, they're old school, man, this little farm town. And so everybody had, like, you didn't pay at Quick Mart. It's called Quickie Mart. It was like the store where you could, like, buy, it's like a tiny grocery store.
Okay.
And you just had you had like a, I don't even know what they call it, like a monthly whatever. My parents had to pay once a month.
Oh, yeah, like a tab.
Like a tab. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, my tab was always pretty funny because it was shit like sugar and powdered sugar and brown sugar syrup. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Did they just like they knew you? You'd walk in and they go, "Oh, here's a little white fat kid again. Let's just."
Yeah.
They already would mark it off. They knew like what your MO was.
Yeah. I was just gonna say Miguel is here, and if Miguel would check his messages, he would know that he needs to be a guest in March.
Hey Miguel, how we doing?
He's seen him. That's why he's not responding.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Or this would hurt him.
That's hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be great. Just check those DMs. Troy's trying to slide in.
DMs.
Miguel.
I've been sliding into your DMs, and you haven't responded to me lately. It's been a little hurtful.
Well, Troy, some people just don't like you.
True.
Oh, it says, "Tell me when."
March.
We'll text you, Miguel.
Yeah. How about March 7th? We'll just make it right now. Let's pick a date.
You know, we're gonna do this. Everyone listening,
that's a Thursday.
Doesn't matter. We're just gonna get them on.
I think it's March 7th is a Thursday.
March
calendar.
7th is a Thursday.
Yes.
Oh, he said text is better. You
yeah,
know what?
I needed
Hold
to text
on.
him. I always feel like I'm bothering people. So then if I do it on Instagram, I feel like they can check it when they want, and then I don't feel like an idiot. But
so is that why you don't reply to me? Because you figure, oh, this way I'm not bothering him?
I'm just a little bit behind in the world, but yeah.
Don't worry, Troy. I just texted you, Miguel. March 7th.
All right. He can do March 7th. He could also do March 21st.
Okay, hold on. I got this. March 21st.
Yeah.
He said, "Let's do it."
Randy, we turned our show into booking guests.
We got Miguel, boys.
Hey, we still haven't gotten any off track with Troy questions, but we're off track with getting guests booked.
No, we did off track with Troy asking him about Molly or Joel's wife.
True.
But no, I mean that's great. I'll definitely. Well, I'm tuning in all the time now. This is my favorite show, but for Miguel, definitely.
Poor Molly. What did I miss?
Too much.
Molly, you missed it. Yeah, you'll have to go back and listen.
We've given you away.
All right, Troy.
Look at Antoine throwing Miguel under the bus.
Yeah,
no. He is not.
I didn't even know that Antoine was here when I added him to that whole.
Man.
There is no chance Miguel flakes. Troy, we got him on lockdown in text. We got him.
If Antoine and Miguel will fight, I no longer gamble. But if I were you guys, I'm putting my money on Miguel because Antoine been eating too many little Debbies.
Yeah, but I mean,
okay. You know, my real question is, Like
What's
I
that?
already thought you guys like just blew it and were getting canceled by having me in the first place.
Yeah, well,
How in the
there's
hell
still
did these
time.
guys show up for me?
I
Like
don't
they
know
must have
because
thought it was somebody else.
We're just
They
having a
must
good
have-
time, man.
you know what
They
it
must
is.
have been so
It's
bored.
no, it's the California crew. Y'all represent and like work with each other and help each other out.
You know, I
Yeah.
do. I've got a lot of respect for those guys, and
Somebody needs
I
to.
remember Miguel. I felt so bad because when the whole thing came out with John's Jungle and how he screwed me over, and that I made somebody thought it was him, and so I made a video, and I'm like, look, it's not Miguel, and I was like, you know, we're acquaintances. We're
Oh,
not
like
friends.
you didn't say any
And he was
names or
like-
something.
I
And
like.
so
Yeah,
people
and he
were-
was like,
Ah,
Miguel says, I thought we were friends. I was like, oh, sorry. Like, my
Yeah.
bad.
Because,
But
like,
no,
I
those,
thought
both
we were-
those guys are
Wait,
great guys.
So, when did the drama with John's Jungle happen? I want a little bit of drama, just a tiny bit, just a little taste.
Of course you
Chase,
do, Patrick.
Chase, reel him in.
Yeah. Patrick's drama is Troy's brown sugar. Like we've got to cut it
I
off,
just need a
or
little
we're
bit.
gonna get a
I just
very
need a
unhealthy
hit.
Patrick.
Just need a hit. Oh,
No, it's yeah.
okay.
That's
fair
water
enough.
under Randy's bridge, and Randy moved forward, Patrick.
It-
Because
Yeah, but
unlike you,
Basically, okay.
I'm the
you
troll
remember
that
how
lives
I
under the
said,
bridge in the water.
you know how I said if I start a sentence with a friend, it means I'm
Yeah.
getting screwed?
Yeah.
It was basically 20 breeder females, and he kept everything, all the babies, all the females. I wanted them donated to U.S. Ark, and he said no. So
Well, you
that's
know.
it. Long story.
Okay.
yeah,
Yep.
yep. So moving on to off track with Troy questions.
No, we're not doing that tonight.
Because we
We
don't
already did
want to talk anymore about this.
Is this a topic you're uncomfortable with, Troy?
I don't want to be known as the podcast about some drama.
You know what?
That
That's
seems
fair.
like your.
No,
That seems like your show.
that's fair. No, that's accurate. You know what?
You
I
know,
like
but
that. We're staying
I
mildly
only have
positive.
2 people I talk shit about, and he's one of them. And it's
True.
just because they
True.
are known. They are
Really,
known for shit.
I
Other than
promised
that,
I wouldn't. I promised I wouldn't get Chase fired, and so
Bye, Miguel.
I'm-
We'll talk to you later, bud.
yeah, trying to keep the thing peaceful.
It's
No, that's
okay.
fair.
Yes,
I'm
March
just
7th.
here for
All right.
when this show goes. Then I have a off snack with Troy, where I just watch him eat foods, and then
Yes.
the Llama Drama podcast with Patrick, where
Oh,
I can
buddy.
see how things fall apart. So this
yeah,
is great.
buddy. The Llama Drama podcast. is
Why
gonna
can't
be
we
good.
have why can't that be like a subdivision of this? Why can't we have a snack thing with Troy and you can have his llama drama?
We
Let's
can.
sub it.
No, but we can do that. That just requires more effort. And if we're being honest, just getting one weekly episode at this point feels like pulling teeth. So
For Chase. Yeah, his
I
time
mean,
is
baseball
valuable.
season hasn't started. Thursdays are going to get, I'm going to be late to the mic.
yeah, no, that is true. I've been trying. I've wanted to do one my own. I just don't have time. And then when baseball season starts, it's just one more thing. Like
Yes, Chris, we need that. We need to just.
That's Chris's part of late to the mic. We just take Chris places and go looking for street wizards.
I'm glad
Yes.
everyone still remembers Street Wizards, and that's sticking because
Yeah.
that's 100% a thing now.
Chase, I thought about you today. I found a job that you could do this. Like you could do this on top of your job with Justin. There's a place, and it works for Atlanta area. They pay you. They buy your tickets to whatever baseball game, and then they pay you $180 to just watch the game and give them stats, like on your phone, like live.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wanna
gonna
be-
send you the link. I didn't think about it today, like when I was reading about it, but I'm gonna send that to you.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
Molly said she is going to take Chase's place on the podcast. So,
Well, she didn't waste any time with that, did she?
no, we're going to hire her over at Chimera, and then she's also going to take your place at Late to the Mic. So, Chase,
I would like her to take the place of my wife.
hold on. If you ask
well,
me,
the problem is,
I'll pass it up. Thanks.
the problem is, she already said yes to Patrick. She already was like, "No, I'm good with that."
She did. She was oddly quick to saying she would take a job at Chimera, to which I was very happy about. So we may have a new employee sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Hey, Darren wants to know if Randy has any street wizards in his area.
He's in California. The answer is
I'm in Southern
definitively yes.
California.
They have more street wizards than Atlanta.
I have the whole deck. Like you name it, the wizards, the freaking disciples, the like everything.
Paladins, the healers, the
yeah.
priests.
so
He's got it all.
And that's just on my way to work. Like, and now that we're flooded, yeah, they're on rafts. It's like Noah's Ark of the fucking.
Well, now they're street sailors and such. It's great.
Randy, how far are you from these buildings that get put on the news for all the tagging or whatnot? These high rises.
I don't know. I haven't seen them, but
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm in San Diego, so basically,
San Diego, a whale's vagina.
yeah. I'm south end of San Diego. I'm like 7 miles from Mexico.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
nice.
Now you know why I look like a fucking burrito.
I've only been to Pomona. And I'll take it back. I also went to Long Beach once, but my California whatnot has just been Pomona, and Andrew did take me to Hollywood once. He also took me to a dinner where he was going to buy me dinner and then made me buy his dinner and Antoine's dinner.
That sounds like a winner there.
Yeah, did you at least get an over the pants hand dinner for
Can
that
I
one?
take you to dinner?
What's that?
Can I take you to dinner?
No, I no longer go to dinner with people.
That's
Oh.
not true. Literally, went to dinner
Yeah,
with you.
that's
Hold
not
up. That is a blatant lie, Troy. I'll call him out, Randy. Don't worry.
I don't.
I love
trust anybody
that
from
someone asked
California.
what a street wizard was, and someone answered basically hobos with wisdom.
Yeah, Brandon
That's
Nixon
so
hit that on
accurate.
the head.
Yeah,
it is.
thank
It's
you,
so
Brandon
They can tell you
Nixon.
how long you're gonna live.
So basically, that just shows someone hasn't watched the show.
Yeah.
They're just selling themselves out right there. That's
Yeah,
all
it's like
Yeah.
if you ask, we know what happened
Right.
here.
Yep.
Or they
There's-
missed like one singular episode, which
Yeah,
is okay.
there's just enough. That,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, Troy, if when you're going to come to Pomona, if you get a hold of me early, if I still have the RV in that here, you can come out early and come to San Diego, show you around. Usually, like Benson was just here like 3 weeks ago or so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I watched your guys' YouTube that night.
Yeah, we fired up the smoker, made a bunch of food. Yeah, Joe and Tori came down and made pizzas. And
Nice.
yeah, you're more than welcome to come down. And as long as I still have it, I'm trying to sell the RV because I got the big dually, so I could get a fifth wheel instead.
Nice.
All right.
But yeah, as long as I got it, you're more than welcome to come hang out. I'll show you around. We'll do whatever and drive up to Pomona together.
Nice. Tobias, I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for tuning in from Denmark. That's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
That is cool, man.
Nice.
It-
Epic
I
Style. What
have
are the fans of the podcast called? We need a title. You know what? We're not going to say anything right now. We're going to debate this, and we'll have an answer next week for that. We need
Next
we
week.
need a
Alright.
good. Yeah,
Chris,
I don't want to
promise
do this.
it's going to be good.
It's it's going to be something.
As good as we are.
So I
At least
stand by
your
it
aim
be
is high.
something. Yeah, the highest of quality. Oh
Right?
my god, I love that so much. Randy, what else did you want to talk about? This is you're hanging out with us. What do you want to talk about?
Actually, I have a snake question for Randy. What's the coolest puzzle combo you're looking to make in your collection?
Puzzle
right now?
clowns.
Yeah, exactly.
Puzzle pies.
I'm working on this puzzle clown, pied, exanthic, like ultramel, like oh god, I hate that. It's so funny. People ask me, and I forget every snake I have. I can't remember anything until I'm looking at them. So it's a tough call. I've got a mahogany inchy yellow belly puzzle het hypo because I got a lot of het hypo girls and hypo
Okay.
girls.
That's cool.
I'm growing up some. I produced 3 blackhead yellow belly hypo het puzzles. So
Nice.
Nice.
I have to say honestly, I think my hypo puzzle stuff is the nicest. It's
Yeah.
really
Oh, I
blown me
love the
away.
hypo puzzle stuff. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, hypo puzzle is great.
I'm so stupid. I can't even remember. You asked me this question.
I actually like it now better with just the.
Oh.
Oh, there it is.
I want this guy to
Mm.
get up to size and start breeding for me. This is a banana. Yeah, see, once again, I'm holding it. Can't even remember what it is.
Oh, and the show's better now.
Chocolate banana yellow belly hypo puzzle.
Chocolate banana yellow belly hypo puzzle. It's too bad you have banana in there, otherwise it'd be a great looking snake.
You know what? No, I disagree with you 100%. The banana and the chocolate. No, I was over banana.
No, I
because-
think banana's good. It just kind of hides some of what hypo does, right? It just mutes it to
and
like
that's it.
Yeah. So if you got rid of the banana,
You put yellow belly, the fluff, all these different genes, it hides it. You can't tell. I was literally over it, but as soon as you put a darker gene in it,
they look good. Yeah, it just hides the hypo is the only disappointing part. Randy, what's your? Everybody asks what the best snake is there. What's your worst snake? Let's see that.
And then tell me, Randy, do you have a Wilbanks incubator behind you?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you look for your worst snake and then tell me your thoughts on your incubator.
All right. Well, dude, I don't even know my worst snake. Like,
what is it? I mean, I can tell you mine.
Right. No, you know what? I'm gonna say it's a pastel het puzzle breeder female. Not just because she's only a pastel het puzzle, but she's part retic because she comes after you. I can't clean her tub. I can't do nothing. Like when I've had other people over here helping me, they even comment on it. Like she'll literally leave one side of her tub to come bite me. So I think she's my worst because she's just fucking mean.
That sounds like you just need to man up.
Maybe
you should handle your snakes more.
No. I'm
socialize them.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
There you go.
Canceled.
There you go. We almost got him, boys. We almost got him.
No, I'm so close. People know I don't have a filter normally, and so I've been trying to keep this really clean. I've been trying not to be.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Let's hear about this incubator.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So I have the small one, and I've liked it. How do you like the big one?
Honestly, you know what? I like it. It holds temperature really well. I struggled with incubators because my favorite incubator was an igloo cooler. I would heat the water, and that would provide the humidity. I had nothing in the tubs. My snakes literally would hatch in 51 days. I believe it's because of the higher humidity, because it would literally rain inside of the igloo, and the tubs would be like 99%. I would crack them every day or two to let the water run off. So when I had to go to a regular incubator, because I just had too many clutches, I'd have to have like 10 igloo coolers around.
Yeah.
I really hated it. I struggled. I don't like using any medium in there. So I've started using water crystals and hatchright trays.
Yeah.
And so I found out if I put the like saran wrap on top and seal it and put it in there, this thing's great. I put sensor push in there.
Yeah.
I'll check it on a regular basis. It fluctuates like 0.2 degrees. I like it.
Did you adjust I'm going to call it the temperature spread where it kicks on and off from, I think it comes at like 3 degrees to 1? Or did you leave all the settings default?
No, actually, I didn't even know I could change the settings. I left them as this. So you know what I did, which I think really they weren't ready for, was when I ordered it, the first questions, because I bought 2 of them. And when I messaged them, I said, okay, how much is another board? And they're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, well, if I'm buying an incubator that's thermostat is in there, because that was he said, well, it's warranted for like, I think 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's cool. But if it goes out on a Thursday and I let you know on Friday and you expedite shipping on Monday, I still got a week that I have all my eggs are bad.
Sure.
And so I bought an extra board. I told him, I'm not going to buy an incubator unless I can get that thermostat board.
Yeah.
Most people don't think ahead enough to do that.
Can you tell us like what he charged for the board, or is he not want you telling people? Or
I don't know. I think it was $300. It's up there. I'd have to get up and grab it, which means I'm going to get on the ladder. You're going to see my fat ass and belly, and so we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Chase
it's
got
like-
excited.
Hey, God, if I could excite Chase, my fucking mission in life would be.
I was ready for it, but it's too late now.
Yeah. So I liked ours. I had to adjust mine from the 3 to the 1 degree swing. Because we did find it was a pretty, we were getting a 2 to 3 degree swing every 15 minutes or so. And I didn't love it. We use it for our hog noses though, for brood mating and then incubating. And then we have a walk-in incubator for the balls. But yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm glad you're having good experience with it. I've not heard anything bad with them yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've only heard good things with them. So
for me, it's a little different. So my building it's a completely sealed building. So I built it. I insulated all the walls, the ceilings. I'm completely insulated. I have a mini split that I keep at between 80, 82 degrees. And so I don't get that swing because my building, like I said, when I first moved into the building, I wasn't expecting the temperatures I got. It got to like 95 in here for like a week. I lost all production for 2 years. Oh, it was a fucking kick in the nuts. And so now, yeah, it works perfect with the mini splits right here above where the incubator is. So it's the first thing that gets cooled. So it keeps the constant temperatures. Like I said, I'm within 0.2 degrees at any given time.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like I said, the whole reason we bought it was for the hog noses and just so I could brewmate and incubate, and I've loved it.
Yeah, it's
too
perfect
many
for that.
Yeah, too many ball python clutches, unfortunately. Without buying multiples of those incubators, so it wasn't going to work for that. But, yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, no, it's great. They look pretty. I wish it was a proportional thermostat, but that's the only thing.
I thought about grabbing one at Texas this year. I just haven't decided if I'm gonna pull that trigger yet or not.
Are you gonna use it for balls?
That's my plan.
What do you use now?
I have animal plastics incubators.
So why not just build like a walk-in? Get like crazy stable.
So I've talked about that. Like JD has one, and I have a spot in the house. I think I could. Yeah. I think if JD and I got together for a day and went through it and whatnot, his is set up really well. It's a lot like Kinova's.
Yeah.
I would probably be okay with that.
Yeah. We did it just because they're infinitely more stable than the box ones. I mean, it's our incubator is set to 89 and it's 89 top to bottom with 0.1 degree variation. Just can't get better than that, really. But it was also infinitely cheaper, right? It was putting up a few walls. I was in like $400 and I had a full blown incubator that can hold 100 clutches.
I really like my AP ones. It's just I have 2 of them and I kind of outgrowing them even, and so it's if clutches come kind of sporadically, I can make it work. But if they were, if something changed, I would be in a little bit of trouble. So I have a third smaller one that I keep on hand in case. But man, I wouldn't mind a build in. I need to put some thought into that.
That's cool. Yeah,
I'd much rather have that. I mean, I'm out of room. I literally, my one rack, I have to slide it sideways to get the tubs. But I live in Southern California. I tried to move. I got a quote to put a second story above my garage, and it was like $300,000. And I was like, yeah, no, we're good. So
yeah, that's tough. Yeah, it's pricey.
Real quick, just to help out a new guy, Zachary want to know if there's any morphs that we would recommend getting into, and then he says he's a new breeder. He's leaning towards a clown, but he needs some more genes. Anybody want to throw a gene his way? What are you thinking?
Honestly, if you're
recessive?
going to be a new breeder and recessives, I would go kind of with clowns or DGs to start.
Yeah, Pied, Exantic. I mean, honestly, if you're just getting in, and also there's also the next question is how much money do you want to spend, right? Because
there's
like
always
how
a
much
lot of
That's always the
factors.
$1 million question.
yeah, how much do you want to spend? What's your budget here, Zach? And we can actually have a real conversation about where you start. Because
Zach, you're also welcome to reach out to us, outside the show, at least myself. I guess I'm speaking for everybody here, but feel free to send me a message, man. I'll help walk you through some stuff.
Oh, I'm
1,000,
I'll help.
2,500.
Yeah,
So
Patrick charges you.
I'm in a little different stance. I always tell people, find the gene that does the most for you. Find something that you believe in. You can go chase everybody. You can find, oh, this gene works well with this and that. Market's going to change next year, and as soon as Justin makes something else, everyone's going to fly that direction. Find something that you like, invest in something you like. I could have gotten GHI when they first came out, and I refused to because I said I didn't want a tub I opened up and saw an ugly snake. I didn't like dark snakes. I like bright. Now I'm changed. I like some GHI combos, but
Man, that one bit you in the ass.
Yeah, no.
That's one of Justin's craziest stories, that he could have bought the first GHI male and
that's
passed
tough.
Oh man.
Oh, I've got so many fuck ups, man. This is not a fucking 3-week show. But no, ultimately you got to get something that every time you open that tub, you love looking at. Because if not, no matter how much anyone else likes it and tells you to get into it, ultimately it's your money, it's your passion, your time. Get what you like. And
I struggle so much with that answer because I appreciate that on a hobby level. And I guess this comes down to hobby.
But you can't
business.
as a business.
You can't do that if you're going to be running a ball python business. And that's because you're going to produce a lot of normal looking snakes. I mean, half of our rack space are normal looking snakes. They're all quad heads and triple heads and double heads. But it's a tough one. So I guess that's also the question, right? Is like, what do you want to do here? You want to start a business, or are you wanting to do a hobby? Because if it's just a hobby, Randy, I couldn't agree more. Build what you want, do a few pairings a year, make crazy stuff you love. If you want to do it,
even from a business standpoint, I almost disagree with you, because when you say Snakekeeper Xanthic, who do you think of? You say TSK, who comes to your mind?
John Dag.
You don't think Snakekeeper.
I mean, same for me.
Yeah. You think of someone like with me. There's people that are further ahead of me than Puzzle. I mean, I can tell you a handful of people that have snakes that are further, but my numbers, I was taken back when I went to Arlington like 3 years ago, and people were walking up to me going, "You're the Puzzle guy." I was blown away what they knew what I worked with. And so I think that it's still, from that standpoint, yes. But
but Randy, if you had fallen in love with albinos instead of puzzles, and you had racks full of albinos, you'd have $27 worth of snakes. You got lucky in that you love puzzle stuff.
No,
it's the same thing. Like Desert Ghost was absolute garbage for 2 decades, and then people realized it was good stuff, and so the people that actually like Desert Ghost, it worked out really well for them. So like this. I've often found the people that say follow what morph you love are generally the ones that love morphs that have turned out to work out really well. I don't hear that from the albino breeders in the crowd anymore.
One of my best moves I said I've ever made was I had a pastel lesser Desert Ghost male like 10 years ago. And I freaking traded it to Freedom Breeder for a banana pied male.
There it is.
God, that was such a move. Like, yes, like Lord knows I have racks full of DGs right now. No, I got a freaking banana pied that gave me like 3 clutches.
There you go. See, but it's funny how so it's like, I agree though, like on a hobby level, absolutely. Like breed what you like, because you're right. You got to look at that stuff, and if you're not really making a ton of money off of it, it is what it is. But also, like when we talk about like business versus hobby, once you start going to like more of the business size, you're scaling up so much that working with one specific morph really is tough in general anyway. Like you're going to have so many clutches of that, you'll start diluting your own market. So It's not a straightforward, like just simple answer, you know. It's complicated. You can just go the Troy path too and just pair pastel to pastel and you'll be good. Nothing but wholesale.
Big tub.
If anybody wants to go to Morph Market and look at what Patrick has sold in the past like 30 to 60 days, you'll notice a lot of very wholesale type animals.
It's true. It's true.
And at that time, is that what's the story for tonight?
Well, really quick, I will say, Jason, get a hold of me. You can come down and visit. Yeah. All right, what's the story?
Let's see. Let me pull up Chat GPT. What do we want today's story to be? What happened with Randy? Randy, Randy, what do you want? What do we want?
World peace.
Oh, okay.
Did Randy get surprised Troy with a bag of only marshmallow? Lucky Charms.
About
wearing
Randy.
just his boxers while talking
might have been
about
a bag
how much
of
he wants to
something.
sleep with Chaise.
Yeah, it might have been a bag of something, but not Lucky Charms.
No, it's gonna be Lucky Charms because Chat GPT doesn't like it when we get risque.
Yeah,
no, I know. I thought that the last one, and it said no, but then still gave you the story.
Tracy said there needs to be a street wizard.
Yeah.
Troy got a bag of Lucky Charms from a street wizard.
Oh my God. In Southern California. Go. All right.
That's going to be, yeah.
Randy, known in Southern California as the least magical street wizard, decided it was time to boost his street cred. He heard Troy, the local sorcerer supreme, had a weakness for Lucky Charms. Randy, with a grin wider than the Hollywood sign, bought the largest bag he could find. He strutted down Venice Beach, bag in hand, ready to make the trade of the century. Upon finding Troy, Randy declared, "Behold, the source of all my powers," and triumphantly handed over the cereal. Troy, puzzled but amused, accepted the gift. From that day on, Randy was known as the Grand Cereal Street Wizard, and Troy couldn't cast a spell without craving marshmallows. Their magical bond was sealed with a breakfast cereal of all things, proving that in Southern California, even wizards have a sense of humor.
Okay.
This could be a real story.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that so much.
Troy's one of my favorite people to see at shows, honestly, anyways. So
yeah. No, that's fair.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's definitely.
I feel the same, man. And I will only love you more if you show up with a bag of Street Wizard marshmallows.
Honestly, I might now because you know how stupid I am. So.
Oh my God, that's amazing! I love
I can see
so much.
PSA stopping me now, going, "Why do you have 5,000 marshmallows in your backpack?"
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my God. Oh my
what
God.
happened between us?
Yeah,
just tell people we crush them up and we sniff them.
Oh, yeah. I get high on cereal all the time. I snort it.
I'll just tell them I'm
get high on life. I snort cereal every morning. All right, guys, it's that time. Randy, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Probably Instagram or, obviously Morph Market. They can reach me, Facebook. Cool.
All right. Next show you're going to be at is March 10th.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm so excited. Finally, I get to vend.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully somebody wants puzzles because I just found the last one on the floor. So,
well, we'll find out. Everybody, if you're at March 10th, go find Randy, go find Troy. Don't worry about Chaise.
I'll just be existing around somewhere.
That's it. Come visit.
Probably with my wife in a bathroom.
100%. All right, Troy, who's next week? I believe is
it Reggie?
Next week is Reggie. We get to talk to Reggie about the wonderful world of Tiger King because every podcast has talked to him about that. So
everybody, I expect y'all to go watch Tiger King and get some homework questions ready for Reggie. I will be doing that. I'm looking forward to that. Randy, thank you so much for coming on. It was a blast.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I was serious when I said this is now my favorite show.
Man, I appreciate that
because you guys know I go to bed at 7:30 because I get up at 2:30 in the morning.
Gross.
It was not a question of staying up with you guys, and now when I clean, I've caught up on all the shows.
Oh man, I
So,
love that. Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome. Thanks,
I
man.
appreciate it, man.
you guys
Yes,
actually,
absolutely.
it makes a great show.
Thanks, man.
Oh, and chat, thank you guys because
Yeah,
chat is
absolutely.
awesome. They
Yeah.
they add so much.
We got to
So-
name the chat. We have a week to
We're
name
gonna
the chat.
we're gonna name the chat.
Oh, it's gonna be named.
Yeah, it will. Everybody, please like, subscribe. We're also now on iTunes, Spotify. Please go subscribe on there as well so we can start getting our numbers there. Please and thank you. We'll see y'all next week. We love everybody and can't wait to do it again, guys. Bye, everyone.